Hello, welcome. My name is Obendako. Welcome. I want to share with you hustle to structure your business. You hustle, you start the business with hustling, and then when the business is working, you have to structure the hustling, as the boys call it. You go through a lot of unplanned activities, unplanned territories, a lot of problems, a lot of challenges, and then some ideas start to work. And when the ideas are working, you have to also look at how you can structure your business. And we are talking about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is key to the development of our country, to the development of our continent. And we only don't have to have boys and girls hustle all their lives. It has to come to a point where we start to structure as well. We start to structure activities. We start to structure the whole process. We start to structure the business, because business has different arms and different legs. And the right understanding of this is very much important. So the hustling is usually at the beginning. The hustling is usually at the beginning where you have very little, you're unknown, you are not sure whether the idea will work. You have no money, you have no contact, and you just have to believe that this business will work. But as you are hustling, as you are at that stage, you still have to be you still have to have this thing we call system thinking. You still have to have the mindset of somebody who can structure a business. There are small businesses. There are small businesses, and there are businesses. Some businesses are designed the way they are designed. It would be very, very, very tough for them to grow beyond the entrepreneur or the guys or the lady has built a business, and technically the business has become a job for the person. It is so built said that not even one or two people can be part of the business because of the mindset of the person who built the business. It's more of hustling. It's more of, because most people, when they build businesses, they build the business to get a job. So he was looking for somebody to work for, and probably he didn't get that person. Or maybe he was working and he was tired. He said that no, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm going to work for myself, as a lot of people say. So he has a job, but the job is for him. He created the job and it's for him. And a lot of the times it's very much tough for somebody who thinks like that to say that I'm tired of working for anybody, so I'm going to work for myself, which means that he has created a job for himself. And a lot of these guys have very little understanding of how the business can be structured beyond himself. How the business can be structured beyond himself, and that calls for a lot of hustling. So they are always busy, they're always tight. They don't have time to even make any call. They don't have time to go to any meeting. They don't have time to engage with anybody. The business, now they have a job, now they are working for themselves, but really the job has taken everything. And you can see that as they grow in age, as the business grows, a lot of the times it becomes very difficult for them to have any other time for anything. And most people who stay at the hustling stage all their lives trade their health, in building the business. They trade their health. They do everything themselves. They are the ones who go to open the business. They clean there. They are the ones who go to the bank. They don't trust anybody. They do everything all, themselves. And it's the hustling guy. He's always hustling. If you think like that, it's perfect if that is the design that you want, if that is what you want with your life. But it gets to a stage where you are thinking of when can I rest? You can't even rest. Why? Because of a lot of the times it starts with the thinking, because you're hustler. You're hustler. So hustling is from the beginning. But you have to know that you can hustle all your life. You have to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who is trying to solve problems and is able to build some kind of structure such that other people can be on board. So if you, a lot of the hustling has got to do with people who don't have much, or a lot of the technical guys. An engineer who starts a consultancy firm, he does everything by himself, or an accountant. He wants to do everything. He doesn't trust anybody. Those kind of people, they hustle too much. They hustle every day. So, but I think that you don't have to kill yourself. For 20 years, you are still hustling. No, you have to have system thinking. You have to have structure in your mind to know the arms of business, and sometimes to even know the level that you're very good at. What you're good at as an entrepreneur is key. You have to know that in business, when they design business to succeed, they have areas that you can focus, and they have areas that others can focus, areas that you have your strength, and areas that some other people have their strength. So you really have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. Is very key, so that you know that if I'm not good here, somebody will be good here. Therefore, the business can work if I focus on my strength. So if you can't focus on your strength, it means that you want to do everything. And that's why a lot of the times the business does not work. So knowing that the business would have other things. Somebody would have to handle your money. Somebody will have to handle the product. Somebody will have to handle the sales. Somebody would have to handle how the business is communicating, or what they call branding. Some people would have to handle all kind of things. So what is your strength as an entrepreneur? As you are growing, as you're building the business, you have to come to a stage where you know your strength, you know what your strength is, and you know where you need help, where somebody must come in to help you. Hustlers, all their lives, don't trust that anybody can come in to help them. So they do everything by themselves. They don't trust nobody. They are the only ones who can do everything. So everything comes to them. So you have to know what really are the arms of the business. So you have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, so that somebody else can come in to give you some kind of support. You have to think like that if you're going to build a business. So beyond the hustle, you have to know what somebody else is good at and what somebody else is not good at, what your strength is and what is not your strength. So if you don't go beyond the hustle, what it is going to mean is that you'll be in the business for 10 years. You may see some money, but you will not feel accomplished, because then now the business owns you. You feel like you're technically being enslaved by your dream, and not in a good way. You worry every time when the job has become drudgery, when the job has become pain, when you're getting up in the morning and you worry, you are not happy going to work. Now it's so worrisome for you. It means that you have designed a business that couldn't move to the structure level. A business that was only that became a product out of the hustle. So you don't have to hustle to structure your business. So you have the mind that, okay, I've started this, and everyone starts like that. You start with the hustle. You start with the struggle. You start with, you start it in your bedroom. You start with your computer. You start the business on your phone. You start with selling something to your friend. You start with calling your classmates. Things like that. Everything else rests on you. It's okay. That's how the business starts. But you have to know that the business is only going to grow when you've been able to structure. That's how the business is going to grow. And it's going to grow with less stress when you've been able to structure the business. So it's something that you would want to go and study. How do I organize my business? How do I structure my business? How do I systematize my business? How do I set in some processes in this business? If you don't know it, then it will be difficult. If you're not aware that you can hustle every time, you are the one to open the office every day, you are the one to do the cleaning, everything else, everybody calls you. No call goes to anybody. And yet you've been doing this business for the last 15 years. You only have 1 or 2 employees. You have trouble. You have trouble. If that is what you want, then no problem. But if you ache, if you have pain, if you feel like I don't have time for my family, after 10 years of doing this business, after 20 years of doing business, I can't go anywhere. Everything else is around me. Then it means that you're still at the hustling stage. You're still hustling. Some people have a music like that. So he's always hustling. He's always hustling. You start a business today, you win tomorrow, you lose. The sales go up. The next time the sales will go down. You can't predict anything. It's because it's still at the hustling stage. So where you win some, you lose. After a while, you see that you understand the business. You can predict the business out from the business. About structuring that business, and you will need good people to structure that business, which means that your ability to get identify somebody and train them business. If you don't have good people to work with, if you don't have people you can train, if you don't have training manuals, if you don't have systems there, if you don't have something that you are replicating yourself, they can handle a lot of the activities. So you are looking at some of the things that you can use to structure your business as well. You look at good people. I said what you're good at, which part of the business you're good at. Yes, you were doing everything from the beginning, no problem. But as the business is growing, what is it that you have strength in? And where do you think that you would have to employ somebody to even if you know it, where do you think that some of the things, because as a business leader, you don't have to do everything. If you want to structure the business, as an entrepreneur, you're building a business that can employ some, even if it's 5, and a lot of the workforce that you can engage, the efficiency, the output, they say that the income that you can make from the business, how fast the business can grow and expand without you killing yourself or collapsing the business will depend on how well you have been able to structure your business. The hustling business cannot structure. Entrepreneur who has hustled, who is always hustling, and that's why growth becomes difficult, and that's what because there's no organization. At the hustling stage, there's no organization. So, you're trying to make sure that the idea works, and it's a mindset. A lot of entrepreneurs are not able to move from that stage where they bring in other people with different skill sets to take other positions in the business. And for you to even say that, yes, this person can make final decision somewhere, where you gradually can be somewhere and a lot of decisions are being made. It starts with the psyche. It starts with what you're comfortable with. It starts with what you have trained yourself as a business owner. What is critical to how in structuring that business. If you're very uncomfortable to let other people be somewhere, then it's going to be very difficult for you to structure. That's why you can see somebody very good cook. They have nice restaurant, but they cannot open other outlets. Why? Because they're still struggling. They're still hustling. So if it is their desire to expand, then they should know that for them to expand, also, they will need different kind of thinking. They will need different kind of for those outlets, for those expansions to happen, and for them not to, what they call control. So they want to be the ones making every decision. So you have to know that the business is going to grow. The business is going to grow, and it will not have to grow with you exchanging your head. You're going to get some money, but it doesn't have to be that once you get money now you can't sleep. As every call is coming to you, everybody is calling you. No time for any other thing apart from your business. You say that everything is on. If everything is on you and the business is growing, the business will collapse, or you will collapse. So you have to let some things go so that other people can come. That's where you have to also know the kind of to be able to get in good people to work with, and to be able to develop good people to take other positions. And for you to have what is it? The emotional stability to trust, to trust people, and that's why a lot of people don't trust. They don't trust nobody for nothing, and that's why, or they are afraid to lose. Some people are very much afraid to lose anything. They don't want to lose anything at all. So therefore, everything must come to them, because they don't trust anybody. Now, you can't structure if you're afraid to lose. Afraid to lose the money, to lose money, if you're afraid to lose control, it will be very difficult for you to build the systems that you want for you, because somebody else